Mythology has gripped the cultural zeitgeist over the past hundreds of years. Recently, there has been a resurgence of mythology in popular culture. In the past 3 years, we have seen blockbuster movies such as Robert Eggers' The Northman, Netflix original series like Blood of Zeus, and AAA games like Sony Santa Monica's God of War Ragnarok, all released alongside a vast amount of other similar content. Over the past few months, I've been looking into mythology and symbolism to answer whether they are still relevant today. Surprisingly, mythology is still hugely influential for many countries worldwide. In Japan, for example, people still live by the values instilled by tales of folklore from hundreds of years ago. Even in England, the names of our days are derived from the Norse gods. Thursday comes from Thor's Day, Tuesday is derived from Tia's Day, and so on. Each mythology has a unique graphical presence. The Norse have a set of ancient runes, Japan has a selection of art and tapestries, and the Greeks paint their stories onto pottery, walls, and various ceramics. Each cultural mythology differs significantly graphically while promoting the same morals. Projects like Illustrations from Ancient Greek Mythology by George Tsavlos and Symbolism of Slavic Mythology by Anna Mosavina highlight why folklore and mythology are still so significant for cultures around the world and why mythology is still worth celebrating. Case Study 1. The Bluetooth symbol. One thing that interests me about mythology is how stories were transcribed, whether by a set of Norse runes or Egyptian hieroglyphs. Exploring the written language of these ancient civilizations has always interested me. Today, there are still hundreds of examples of old typefaces with modern uses, such as the Bluetooth symbol. The origin of this logo dates back to the 10th century. It is derived from the second king of Denmark, Harald Gormson, better known as Harald Bluetooth, supposedly due to his rotten tooth that was blue in colour. In an interview with Intel researcher Jim Kardak, he detailed the reasons why Harald Bluetooth was used for the name and the logo. He stated, "Bluetooth was borrowed from the 10th century, second king of Denmark, King Harald Bluetooth, who was famous for uniting Scandinavia, just as we intend to unite the PC and cellular industries with short-range wireless link." The logo was designed by combining two Norse runes, Hagel and Bjarken, the king's initials. Kardak claims the unification of the runes also symbolizes the joining of two electronic devices. The Bluetooth logo is an example of a dead language reimagined to celebrate the history of the Norse runes in the modern day. I find this extremely fascinating. These subjects are culturally rich, but can easily be overlooked for current uses. Case Study 2. Command Key. Staying on the topic of Norse symbols being used in modern designs, I would like to talk about Apple's command key. Once again, a symbol we use daily. This icon is also derived from a Norse rune. The symbol is a square with outward-facing loops similar to the heraldic bow and knot. The emblem has existed for over 1,000 years, and the meaning behind the symbol has changed many times. Initially, the Finnish would paint the symbol on their homes and household items, such as cutlery and plates. They believed this symbol will protect them from evil spirits and bad luck. The oldest example of this is a pair of skis with the emblem painted on them from 1,000 years ago. The symbol has also appeared on many historical artifacts, such as this picture stone in Gotland, Sweden. Since the 1950s, this symbol has been transformed into the Swedish road sign for national heritage areas. It is in this form that designer Susan Kare, a designer who worked for Apple in the 1980s, discovered this icon and reimagined it as Mac's command key. Many believe this icon is derived from the Swedish landmark Borgholm Castle. Although this would make a good story, unfortunately, the Nordic symbol predates the castle's construction. This is yet another example of how ancient runes can change and adapt through time for new purposes. From a symbol of good luck to a key on a keyboard, this symbol is still used today and has strong roots of Nordic mythology. Case Study 3. Symbolism of Slavic Mythology by Anna Mosavina. Symbolism of Slavic Mythology is a deep dive into the research of classic Slavic symbolism and what the symbols mean. Anna Mosavina set out to study and classify Slavic symbolism, dividing them into 5 basic groups of characters, such as solar, earth, zoomorphic, floral, and mythological. This book provides examples of symbolism still incorporated in Slavic design to this day and from the past. From a modern train station to the architecture of a historic building, these symbols are peppered throughout their cityscapes. The research feels similar to old Viking tales of Norse mythology, sharing similarities like a set of runes and wooden carvings alongside similar gods. This is another example of how mythological symbolism is utilized and adapted through the ages.